choose what business you build wisely.
Do you want to be sending cold DMs in 5 years' time? No.
When you actually say it out loud, it's just fucking unbelievable, isn't it?
We don't do any of that shit. We still use Instagram. We know what's working, what's not working.
Mentoring gives them the ick. Steal our business template and then so much money. Too much.
So much. Hey guys, we're Dan and Mike from Business and Banter, formerly Biceps and Banter, as we're here on the YouTube channel. And that's what I'm going to say because he's going to try and copy me, so shut up.
We're here to help you in your business in any way that we can.
We're here to help you with the online fitness business in any way that we can. And today we're going to talk about the fact that we have the sort of business that you want.
Like it.
And why that's really, really important. Make sure you like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, all that sort of stuff. And if you do want the business that we've got, join the members group.
We've noticed that 99% of the people that watch this don't actually subscribe to the channel.
Don't click the members link and don't join the group for £99. So join the group.
And we're hoping to get that to just 98%. So help us out.
Help us out, please. Just anyone subscribe. Just anyone. Don't even care if you're not a coach. Just anyone. Get your mum to do it, your sister, your brother, whatever. Just get anyone to do it. So we'll talk a little bit about we've got the business that you want. And I think that I talk about this with a lot of people on consultation calls about like, why you're reaching out, what you want to get out of coaching, all these sorts of things. And one of the things that comes up time and time again is that I say to them, why do you want to work with me, or why have you booked this call in? And they go, because you haven't once harassed me in my DMs and I want to work with you, and I basically want the same thing to happen for me and my business. Nothing sexual. They basically say, I want people to reach out to me. Like I've reached out to you organically because I like your content and I feel drawn to you. Why wouldn't you? Cut the face. Why wouldn't you feel drawn to me? Over him anyway, And they kind of go, and I want to know how I can do the same thing with your business. And it always strikes me that we have the business that so many coaches want. So we're going to break down a little bit today about why that's really important for you to realize when looking for a coach or a mentor, whatever it is. And we're going to sort of show you that basically all of the people out there who do this basically completely changed their whole business model when they started coaching coaches, and why that's probably shit, and probably why they actually don't give a shit about you and your business. All right.
Yeah. So I'd like to preface this with
big word. Short, actually. It's not that big at all, is it?
Is it preface?
Preface. Preface. I think. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think we've spoken about maybe how big our fitness business was. Like, I think because we just got on with it. I think because just the way that we are, we kind of never really want to be the loudest in the room. Don't really kind of big ourselves up. You're supposed to big me up.
Just big me up, mate. Come on.
Too much. But lately, I've just been sat looking at other people and competitors in the space, and you go, well, did they have an online business? No. He's a mentor because he says he is. Okay, did they have an online business? No, he owned a gym. So does he know anything about coaching clients online, retaining clients online, building a business online? No. Did that person have a...
His dad bought it, didn't he?
What?
For him.
Yeah, his dad. Did that person have a business? Well, he might have had 50 or 60 clients. Is that a business though? Really? Respectfully to those people sat with 50 or 60 clients? It's not really a business. It's just coaching 50. It's your job though.
Your job, isn't it?
So just lately I've just been sat going, what gives people the audacity or the right to be talking about this stuff? Because before we got into coaching coaches, and even when we made the transition in the beginning, we were a little bit apprehensive, almost like, do we know enough? Are we able to do this? And we kind of question things because it's the right thing to do. You should be questioning things. Again, some of the other people, the other competitors in the space, and more of them are coming out of the woodwork. They're not. It's almost like they're not questioning whether they're good enough or whether they've seen enough. So what we have done is we grew a fitness business to over 500 clients in it. We launched a group program that had over 1,500 people in it across the span of 2.5 years, that we hired at different times, not at any one time, but we hired 7 different coaches in total. We hired other members of staff, social media managers. We tried using a VA at one stage. We had copywriters. We tried influencer marketing and put money behind that. We tried Facebook ads and put money behind that. We developed an app and spent 12 grand on that. We used a couple of different mentors ourselves. We learned how to retain clients and managed a full client load. So within in fitness business, I kind of maintained over 100 clients for 2 to 3 years. That shows that I can coach, I can get results. We were running 2 photo shoots a year with 20 plus people in the photo shoots. We were running client events. We started YouTube. We'd upskilled in copywriting, video editing. We'd done a lot in business, and we were like, can we help people? Well, we think we can. And we started to help the people that were working with us in terms of nutrition and training, so the coaches that were predominantly like fat loss clients. And we're like, okay, there's something here. We then kind of like did a little hybrid of body and business where we would help you with both. And then we realised actually we're pretty good at the business stuff. And that's what gave us credibility. And then I look around at other people and go, they didn't do any of that.
I think with that as well, like the key points that I want to pick up on out of all that is that when we say things like you don't need to outsource this, when you need to learn to copyright better or do your video editing, and how it will help your brand message and help you along the way, is that we did that. Like, and we're saying that it's an important part of the process, because when you learn how to do those things, you fundamentally create a business that is yours, whereas everyone else is out there telling you to outsource it all. And when I look at it, I go, yeah, but you never had a business. You never had that many clients. So for you, you can't say those things, because effectively you're trying to help people get to a business that actually isn't that great. Again, for one, I don't mean to be disrespectful to someone with 50, 60 clients, but like, you don't need to hire a videographer to get 50, 60 clients in through the door. Like, you just don't need to do it. But yet these other people, because they were clueless and they don't know how they got those clients through the door and didn't do a very good job of it, they kind of feel like they need to share that now, and they need to talk about how you need to hire a videographer, hire all these sorts of people. And we sit here and say, you don't need to. Like, you can give a really good service with check-ins. You can take time out your week to make YouTube videos. We did it. So don't sit there and say, oh, I don't have time, or I need to outsource it, because you just don't. And I believe you'll make a better business once you figure it out yourself first, then outsource it, so that you know your style or what you want to achieve out of it, what you want to do. But that grinds my gears when coaches go, I just don't have time for that. Well, how do we have time then? How do we manage it then? And like Mike says, you look then growing a team, you look at hiring people, firing people, which again is horrible to do in itself. So when we talk about these things about growing a group coaching, bringing clients into the business, getting other coaches full, we've made the mistakes. Whereas I see other coaches, I'm having to undo work right now with a coach. I've had to get him to get rid of his coach in his business because he doesn't have enough clients in the business to help grow. His old mentor got him to bring on this coach, and his old mentor never had a coach in his business. Well, how's he supposed to help you do it then? Mm-hmm. He's gone, I think you should do this. And he basically set it up all wrong. We only know that from experience of hiring enough of the coaches to go, this is how to do it now. This is the way it works. These are the problems. These are the things you're going to counteract. And this is why you need to do it at this point. We know. We're not saying this for the good of our health. We're not saying this because, oh yeah, we read it in a book somewhere. No, we've experienced it. Time and time again, year on year in our fitness business. And like Mike said, we probably don't do a good enough job of talking about it and expanding upon these things, because like Mike said, we look around, not many other people have done it. And we have the business even now that you want. So in that business, we knew that one-to-one coaching was superior. We knew that those check-ins, that one-on-one service was the thing that was getting the results we wanted. We know that. We do our own social media. We do all our own content. It was unique. It was authentic to us. It was all from our own heads. And it was stuff that we really enjoyed doing. It still is. The point is, within your fitness business, if we thought that was the best way of doing things, why would we not carry that on now and doing it in the coaching we're doing now? Well, we have. Well, we have. So we have. Whereas everyone else, all these other business mentors, they started out that way. They were doing the monthly recurring revenue. They weren't charging clients up front. They didn't have a VA. They were making their own content. They were doing all those other things. Yet when they started mentoring coaches, all of a sudden, that switched. So that tells you the one of two things. Number one, their business wasn't that successful in the first place. So how are they going to teach you how to be successful if it wasn't? So they needed to change. Or number two is that they're actively telling you to do something that doesn't work and isn't what they use to grow their business. So either way, they're fucking you over. Either way. And that's a really important point to make, is that we're still coaching people now and doing the processes now that we used to do with our fitness business because it was that successful. Why would we not carry it on? Just a different subject matter.
That's it. Like, literally. So we've been around
too long, baby.
Too long.
Baby.
Our again, competitors. We've been around them at the same time as we were doing fitness, they were doing fitness. So we know very well what they did or what they didn't do. And Dan's right. They didn't charge up front. They might tell you that they did, but they didn't. Like, we know that they didn't. They might tell you that they outsourced to a team. They didn't. They can tell you what they want to tell you. I'm telling you now that they didn't. We know that they didn't. So Dan's right. It's like, well, if they didn't do those things, why are they now telling you to do those things? And it's because they probably either A, think it's the right thing to be telling you, that maybe the rebuttal is times have changed. It's harder now on social media.
They haven't.
Okay, yeah, they haven't. But okay, maybe that's a rebuttal. But then you go, well, okay, well, if that's the case, then what gives you the authority to teach it? Because that's not how you grow your business, is it? So I just find it not comical, because there's nothing funny about it. Like, I find it irritating, I would say. I find it irritating watching people make up lies about what is needed to grow and scale a business, knowing full well that they haven't grown and scaled a business, and certainly haven't done it in the way that they're telling you to do it, because it's lazy. It's lazy mentoring is what that is, right? Because they don't want to do the coaching. They don't want to do the work with you. They don't want to do that, right? They don't want to sit and look at your content and critique it. They don't want to help you upskill with copy. It's too much effort. And this is genuinely the case, right? This is genuinely true. They don't want to do it. And they'll sit at us, sit and look at us, and they might go, they don't have a business because they do all the coaching. We do have a business. We've got a pretty good business. Like, and it's doing okay. I don't know when it became inferior to provide better service in a business. Like,
yeah.
So it would be easier. It would be easy for us to offload our one-to-one clients and to bring on everybody on the waiting list and pass them to success coaches. That would be easy. That would be scale in their mind. But I think it tells you something about how we want to run things and how we want to do things, that we choose not to do that, right? That we choose not to do that. Because I don't believe that hiring a success coach to tell every student or client or whatever you want to call it, or coach, the same thing. I don't believe that is the right way to go about this mentoring game. I don't believe that the advice that's given out mass, that's the right thing for everybody. I don't believe that's the case. But that's the thing that they have to say, because they don't have the time or resources to look through content, critique, emails, etc., all of that stuff. They have to give you a predetermined set of rules. Send X amount of call DMs. Why is it always 50 or 100? What? It has to be a VA. Why do you have to hire a VA? So I mentioned at the beginning of this, I was like, we hired a VA. I think we had her for a month and got rid of her. And we're like, what?
If that.
Yeah. Why? What are we doing this for? We're solving a problem that doesn't exist. Like, you're outsourcing work for the sake of feeling like you're building a business, for the sake of having another member of staff on board. What's the point of that? So, like, it's these predetermined set of rules that they'll get you to do. It's the launches, it's the scholarships, it's the templated content, it's the predetermined stuff, because it's lazy on their behalf, and it's easy to give 500 people the same thing, and they might get 30 or 40 results. Just like if I gave 500 people the same meal plan, you'll get 30 or 40 results. But you know that giving everybody the same meal plan is not the right way of coaching. So why is it the same within business mentoring or business coaching or whatever you want to call it? It's all that they're telling people to do. Yeah. It's all of it. And we see enough people, 9 out of 10 coaches that come and work with us are idiots. No, 9 out of 10 coaches that work with us have been mentored before. So we know full well what people do and don't do. It's their entire tactics. I've just had somebody, I think we're going to get into this on another YouTube. I just had somebody come back from working with another mentor. So he left me, like, I'm not going to name names. He left me, done over 20 grand a month, right? Really good business. He's come back with 8 one-to-one clients. Like, because he's been promised something and told bad advice, and his business has gone quite heavily backwards. So, like, I think people think that we're just saying this for the sake of it, maybe to give ourselves a leg up. We don't need a leg up. We got waiting list until fucking February 2025. Don't need a leg up. We're fine. But we're saying this because it's the right thing to say. I think people think that we're bitter or something like that. We're not bitter. I couldn't give a toss. I hope that somebody comes in and gives out good advice to coaches. Because there's enough coaches that need the help. I hope that there is, but there isn't.
Yeah,
there isn't.
There isn't, and the thing that I find crazy is you sit there with coaches and you go, right, if you had 50 of your clients and you gave them no one-to-one service, no one-to-one help or advice, you stuck them all in a group, told them all to watch a bunch of videos, is that going to get them superior results? No, it's not, is it? You're going to coach them one-to-one, one-on-one. And I kind of go, why are you accepting that from something else then? I just find it baffling that coaches can't see it and they can't understand that if you've got a mentor cold DMing you and sending you all this shit and then forcing you onto a call, they're going to get you to be doing the same things, by the way. That's all they've got. The scholarships, the free shit, all that sort of crap. That's all they've got. So when you look at what we do and the way that we go about things, is that yes, it might take a bit longer. And again, I sit there on calls with people and I go, oh, how long have you been thinking about working with me? Oh, about 6 months, 9 months. Yeah, about right, about normal, because you're probably watching my content for that long. Coaches don't want to wait that long, and I'm sitting there all the time going, you're just being sold a dream by people. And like Mike said, we get people come from other mentorships that get sold a dream, and I sit there and go, you do realize it's going to take you longer this time. You do realize now we've got to fix those burned bridges that you've fucking ruined because you've fucked up your Instagram account. You've done follow for follow back. You've got no engagement. No one likes your shit anymore. And you say you got 6,000 followers, but actually it's about 400 people that like your stuff. You fucked it, and we see it time and time again. Is mentors fucking people's businesses up, and I don't use that word lightly. They are fucking them up because we have to deal with the outcome. We have to deal with the people who've got 6,000 followers and they get about 300 story views. I'm like, how's this happening? No one's interested. No one gives a shit. And yet we sit there and go, we've got the business you want. We haven't got hundreds of thousands of followers. We don't have all of that there available, but we still built a fucking good business that in 12 months' time will have, well, run rates, whatever you want to call it, like 2 million a year. Like, yet we still do the one-to-one coaching. We still literally like reply to people on phone. We still are there available. Don't get blinded by this whole like, oh, but that's how they built their business. It's not how they built their business. It's not. Like when they were doing fitness, it is now because they're scamming people out their hard-earned money and they're charging them all up front. They're putting them in a fucking group of people. Yeah, they're doing it now because now you lot are falling for it. Don't fall for it. They didn't build their fitness business that way. They built it off the back of one-to-one coaching, getting results with people. And now they've shifted to that where they don't get results with people. They charge a stupid amount up front. They make these ridiculous promises. And people are falling for it. You're falling for the Zoe of the business mentoring world. You're falling for the carnivore diet of the business world. You're like your clients. You know your clients, you tell them to think long-term, focus on the basics, focus on the fundamentals, give it time, be patient. How many clients do you have that come to you and they've done the Zoe, they've done keto, they've done the carnivore, they've done vegan, they've done the shake diet? That's like you going through the mentorships. We're the ones that end up dealing with the people that when they come to us go, yeah, I've tried all that shit, it didn't work. And I go, right, well, do you want to focus on the stuff that actually works now? They go, yeah, prepared to do it, I'm ready to do it. It's going to take longer. Yeah, I know it's going to take longer. I appreciate that. I just think you need to see it for what it is. And it's that they don't care about you. They genuinely don't give a shit about you. Because if they did, like we do, they'd have a waiting list. They'd go, I don't want to water down my service. I don't want to palm you off to someone else because I know you want my advice. It'd be like a Saudi Arabian team buying Cristiano Ronaldo and Ronaldo going, guys, you know what? I'm just going to send this other guy. He's just as good. He knows what to do. He knows how to score a goal. He just hasn't done it. But you can have him instead. You get laughed at. But yet that's what you're accepting. When you sign up to mentorship and they go, yeah, you're going to work with me, blah, 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 yeah, 5 grand, 10 grand, whatever it is, 4 grand a month, fucking some people, ridiculous, unbelievable, is you then get palmed off with the team. What's the team ever done? Nothing, so don't. So they use this argument of like, oh, you haven't got a business because you need a team. And I'm like, I don't want the team. I want the person that's built it. Yeah. I want the person that's running it. That's what you get with us. The people that have run it, that have built it, that from the ground up, that are still using Instagram for what it's designed for connecting with people, not just having a VA spam hundreds of thousands of people, not cold DMing, not doing all that shit, not setting up fake scholarships. We don't do any of that shit. We still use Instagram. We know what's working, what's not working. We know how to boost engagement. We know what engagement's used for. We know how to create content still. Other mentors don't know how to do it because they're not doing it. You want the business that we have. We're in it. We're doing it. We're active. We know what our clients want. We know what they're doing. We're retaining them for long enough. We're getting results with them. Just think about that. Take a step back and go, what sort of business do I want? Do I want a business that's built on cold DMs? I still can't believe people are doing it. I still can't believe it. I can't believe it. Do you want to be sending cold DMs in 5 years' time? No. We're still getting people come to us now, filling out my waiting list application form, and I don't post for 3 days. Don't need to post anything, still filling it out. still joining. You want the business that we've got. Who's best to learn from? Us, and waiting a couple of months for it, or someone who's helping you build a business that they've never built, right? Using fundamental principles that they've never used before in their fitness business, just to extract money out of you. It's baffling.
And often lying about their social proof.
Literally making it up.
Like,
because they can't get results with people.
People think that we're making that up. Trust me, we're not. Like,
and the reason we know that is because we get the clients whose social proof social proof they use, they've made up. They come to us and they literally message us going, yeah, they lied about my social proof.
Yeah.
They put me up on their thing, and it wasn't even, I didn't even get that result. We're not making up. We're dealing with the people.
it's like when you actually say it out loud, it's just fucking unbelievable, isn't it?
It's baffling. It is baffling. And look, you know, when we retire, we will name names. We will, and I don't give a fuck because again, we've got a plan for that. We've got a plan for what our business is trying to achieve and where we want to be in life. Trust me, once we retire, we'll do this. We'll be doing a podcast like this in 5 years. It'll be something we enjoy doing. We enjoy chatting to each other, and we'll name names. We'll go through everything. We'll do it. Trust me, because then people will go, "Oh, really?" Because they'll still be watching our stuff in 5 years' time. Because they still like us. Because we're still posting authentic, original content that actually helps people. That actually motivates them. Motivator of people.
Of people.
Do you know what I mean?
So.
It's real, it's honest, it's authentic, and it's true to us. So people still watch it. I still get clients of mine who are fat loss clients, by the way, watching these videos.
Yep.
Not even in business, not even coaches. They just like our view of stuff. What does that tell you? Anyway.
There you go.
There you go.
Choose what business you build wisely, and just choose who you listen to wisely. Just make sure that...
Just take time. Just absorb their stuff. Take a bit longer than you are doing.
Make sure that they've... A, got the business that you want, and B, had the business that you want in fitness. Just make sure that that's what you want. If, again, Dan kind of mentioned, if they're cold DMing you, what does it say about what they're going to do? If they're making scholarships up, what does it say about it? Do you really think that your business is going to be built on making up fake stuff, scholarships, posting social proof, I've seen mentorships literally tell them to make up their social proof as
Oh no, the other one, steal it from other people. That's what I've had.
Yeah, steal it from other people, make it up, change the timeline on how long that was achieved. If that's what they're telling you to do, what are they doing with their own social proof?
What does that tell you
why
about?
are you listening to them?
Literally.
Choose what business that you want and who you listen to wisely. I'll leave it there.
Make sure you like the video, subscribe. Even more of these.
Send it to other people so that they listen.
See you in a bit.
Bye.